Yeah, with the NFC North and East in the rear view, we're focused on the NFC South win totals. Let's bring back our NFL analysts Emory Hunt and Bryant McFadden. And gentlemen, with the big news out of that division, the retirement and unretirement of quarterback Tom Brady. He won't have Bruce Arians on the sideline nor Gronk back at tight end, but Brady is back under center for the Bucs, a team that has a total of 11.5. BMAC, over or under that number for Tampa?
Yo, guys, this is so easy for me. Over. And here's why. It's simple. Since 2010, right, when it comes to the win total with Tom Brady is 10-0-2, meaning he's covered 10 times. He's only pushed twice. He's never not hit the win total. He's not an under quarterback. Going back to 2010, 12 years, this man has hit the over 10 times, and he's pushed twice. Need I say more? And with that being said, Emory, whatever you gave our director when it comes to our producer, when it comes to your answer, I hope you change it right now based on what I just gave you, because 12 years speaking, this man is 10-0-2 when it comes to hitting the over with his win total. So please tell me you have over also, Emory.
No, I have under, and I'm going to give you these cold, hard statistics right now. Watching the film, I'm still trying to watch the tape of Tom Brady beating the New Orleans Saints when he's in a Bucs uniform in a regular season. That tape doesn't exist because it hadn't happened. And if it wasn't for Jared Cook's forearms clocking out in the playoffs, he wouldn't have beat the Saints in the playoffs either. So this division is the Saints division to win. But I will say this. I don't blame him for coming back. There's only so much ridiculousness you could watch on MTV. He had to come back. And yes, this team is still very talented. I think they'll win 11 wins. It's the hook that scares me here. So that's why I'm going under.
I'm just listening to the sound effects here.
So I just wasted that cool nugget. Emory, you just, like, 12 years, this man is 10-0-2 and hitting the over with his win total. You don't care anything about that.
I don't care about that. It doesn't involve the Saints. And, the Saints have America's quarterback, and that's the big reason why. You know this.
Well, okay, you know what? Let's talk about the Saints then. Right. Sean Payton's out.
Get to the Saints.
Dennis Allen is in as the new head coach. The Honey Badger is back in the Bayou. Jameis Winston back under center. The total is 8. Emory, you have the floor.
Listen, my new name from here on out is Just the Facts, because I'm about to lay it out for you. America's quarterback is back. Check. That's number one. Jameis Winston had this team rolling. They have the best defense in the division and also in the NFC. That defense got even better this offseason with Tyrann Mathieu, like you mentioned. They can get after the quarterback. They have Peyton Turner coming back healthy, along with what they already have in Cam Jordan and company. I love Demario Davis and what he brings to the table at the second level. P.J. Williams is back. You also look at Marshawn Lattimore. This defense will be outstanding. Offensively, the best receiving core they've had since maybe the Jerome Pathons and Joe Horns and even the Marcus Colston and also Lance Morris. You have Chris Olave coming in, and he's going to be your third option because you have Jarvis Landry, a healthy Michael Thomas. You still have Deontay Hardy, who's a deep threat that has great rapport with Jameis Winston, and you still have Marquez Callaway, who catches everything thrown his way. So for me, this offense is outstanding. This defense is outstanding. They're going to smash this over. They're going to beat the Bucs and win the division.
Wow. I mean, listen, number one, I agree with you when it comes to smashing the over. I'm surprised Vegas set the line at 8 based on all the cool points you mentioned. Having a healthy Jameis clearly is the biggest reason and why I believe they will easily hit the over with this 8-win total. I love their defense as well. You talk about finally getting Michael Thomas into the lineup, finally getting some more added weaponry into the lineup offensively for Jameis. Think about this, guys. His top 3 wide receivers, he's yet to throw a meaningful pass to in a real ball game. Think about that. All the success Jameis had a year ago was to guys that are not in the starting lineup right now currently. Don't forget as well, number 41, lights Kamara action. Hopefully he's there for the entire season because that would make this offense even much better. But I agree with Emory. I'm not quite ready to say they will win the division because they have a young up-and-coming head coach, Dennis Allen, his second go-around. The same can be said for Tampa as well with Todd Bowles. But you got Tom Brady. He's like one of the best player coaches we've ever seen in any sport. But when it comes to attacking this over with this win total at 8, ching-ching, it's easy money.
All right, B-Mac, or out is longtime quarterback Matt Ryan. In is Marcus Mariota, getting another start at a starting quarterback in the NFL. That's the Atlanta Falcons. This is a team in transition, and their number reflects that. This is a 17-game season, lest we not forget. Their total is at 5. Emory, I'm going to start with you on that, though. Over or under that figure?
That's disrespectful. I'm going to go over that number. And the reason why Atlanta did a lot of great work, B-Mac, hear me out. Look, the run game, number one. I know people love Cordero Patterson. He's fantastic. But they bring in Tyler Algier out of BYU. I think he's their foundational back along with Damian Williams, which allows, Patterson to be that multifaceted option. You also look at the receiving corps. Drake London they draft, but they also bring in via trade Bryant, another big body wide receiver. They have Kyle Pitts, who can be a tight end or a receiver. So they're going to be solid on the skill position. The offensive line is a question mark. I'll give you that. On defense, the second level is going to be athletic and aggressive. They bring in Lorenzo Carter. They draft Arnold Abikedi out of Penn State, but they also take Troy Anderson, who I think is going to start at inside linebacker. He play across the board. And in the secondary, they have one of the best young corners in A.J. Terrell. Darren Hall of San Diego State should step up this season. They also should get improved play from Richie Grant. I think the Falcons are a 6 or 7 win team. And if it has to go from Marcus Mariota to the kid from Cincinnati, I compared those two guys together in Desmond Ridder. I think he's just like Marcus Mariota. So for me, I like the Falcons at 6 or 7 wins. So I'm going to go over. 5.5 to me is disrespectful.
Hey, Emory, show us what you got in that cup. That's right to your right, sitting on the table. I know you got a cup to your right side. Can you show us what's inside that cup? I highly doubt it's water or juice. 6 or 7 wins for Atlanta. Listen, we all know this is a rebuild type year for Atlanta. And with that being said, usually teams don't win a lot of ball games when they're in the midst of a rebuild. Offensively for Atlanta, I love Kyle Pitts. I love Desmond Ridder. I love Patterson. But think about this. What type of success will they have in their division alone when you're playing against the Buccaneers defense? When you're playing against the Saints defense, Emory, who you love, and you're playing against one of the best up-and-coming young defenses in the National Football League with Carolina, led by Derek Brown and crew, Shaq Thompson. This is going to be a very, very difficult year. And it's safe to say Marcus Mariota will be on the short leash because if he struggles, their offense struggles, you better believe Desmond will be inserted into the lineup they want to see exactly what he can provide for their organization because it's safe to say the Falcons probably will have a top 6 pick in this year's upcoming draft. So for me personally, this is easy. Just in their division alone, when you look at the defenses they will face, I see under 5 wins. Hopefully they can get to 4, but I don't see 6. Emory said 6 or 7. Like I said, somebody check that cup that he has to his right side. What's inside that cup?
There aren't a whole lot of constants in the NFL, but one of them is if you're unsettled at quarterback, you're probably going to struggle. Carolina's another one of those teams.
Yeah.
They've come up a lot as a possible landing spot for a number of quarterbacks this offseason, but as of right now, looks like Sam Darnold is still the man there. Maybe Baker Mayfield gets there eventually, but you can only go with what you got right now. B-Mac, what you got is a total of 6. They only won 5 a year ago. How do you feel about them in 2022?
Over. I understand we can have concerns with the quarterback, but one thing about Carolina, whoever the quarterback is a better quarterback when CMC is in the lineup. Christian McCaffrey, when he is in the lineup, that quarterback play improves dramatically. And if he's healthy, I'm making this pick under the assumption that Christian McCaffrey will be healthy. I'm going over. Let's look at some of their winnable games on their schedule. You've got Cleveland, right? It's safe to say Deshaun might not be playing in the first ball game. Then you got the Giants. A lot of turnover going on with that organization. You got Atlanta twice. Seattle, Detroit, Arizona. In my opinion, those are all winnable games, not to mention some surprises throughout their schedule. And I love their defense. You get a healthy J.C. Horn, who was playing lights-out football before his season ended injury. You got Dante Jackson. You got Chin. You got Derek Brown. You got Shaq Thompson. You got Brian Burns, one of the best up-and-coming pass rushers in the National Football League. Spider-Man, by the way. That's my web. It's not working, but that's my web. Shout out to Brian Burns, by the way. So I'm taking it over. Yes, Florida State guy. I gotta show my Florida State guys some love. Y'all know what time it is. Spider-Man.
Listen, I love the pieces together on paper for Carolina because B-Mac laid it out. They have a lot of talent. Receiving core looks great. Robbie Anderson. You also have DJ Moore. You have so much talent. Problem is you have the greatest double agent at quarterback in Sam Darnold. That ball is going to go back the other way, and it just doesn't get turned over. It goes back for touchdowns. So, I feel like if they don't make the move for Baker Mayfield, they're going to waste this talented roster, because BMAC is absolutely right. They're so talented, but for that reason, I got to go under, because I can't trust Sam Darnold to, one, finish the season, and two, not turn the ball over. So those two things have been constant so far in his young career.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.